Hello friends, and welcome to this crochet tutorial on how we'll make this Valentine's Day themed keychain bee. I'll show you how to add the hook, do the heart-shaped wings, add the safety eyes, the mouth, the chin, make it all ready for you to give as a gift or for yourself. So come join me and let's make this Valentine's Day themed bee keychain together. The materials and tools we'll be using to make this keychain bee, we'll use white for the wings, red for the body, we'll use black for the stripes. We have a separate black for the mouth. I got some pink velvet for the cheeks. I have a keychain. Any type would do. But I'm going to show you how to install this one with using just yarn. We have a 3.75 millimeter hook, tapestry needle, and safety eyes that are 6 millimeters. So to begin, we're going to place a magic circle around our finger, pull up that loop, make the working yarn go through that loop. I cut my finger when I was cooking. So let's pull the tail through into the magic circle. Let's place 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. With your finger and your thumb, securely hold your last stitch and pull your tail. We're just going to close it. We're not going to tighten it just yet. When you tighten it, it causes this first stitch right here to snug down, and it's hard to get your hook in sometimes. So into that first stitch, 2 single crochet. So here's 1 and 2. Now we're going to go ahead and pinch it again with your tail of your magic circle. Let's go ahead and pull it. We just want to close it. We don't want to break it. Now we do not have to lock it down. Since it's going inside, it can just hang loose. Okay, so we have 2 single crochets in the first stitch, and we're going to place 2 single crochets in the remaining 5 stitches. So here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue till you have a total of 12, 2 per stitch. I encourage you to count to make sure that you have 12 single crochets before we move on to our next row. Now we're going to use the tail as a stitch marker for this row. And in that first stitch, 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, 2 single crochet. This is our increase, so this is our increase row. Our repeat for this row will be 1 single crochet and into the next stitch 2 single crochet. So let's move on to the next stitch, and we're going to place 1 single crochet and then 2. All right, continue on till you get to the end of the row with the repeat of 1, 2, 1, 2, and I'll meet you there. The last stitch before our stitch marker, you should have 2 single crochets in that stitch. Your count should be 18 stitches. So I'm going to take out my stitch marker again and place it up again right next to the new set of stitches we're going to be placing in. So in this first stitch, 1 single crochet. In this row, we will do 1 single crochet per stitch around. So 18 single crochets. We're going to do it for this row. So when you get to this last stitch, you should have 18. Remove your stitch marker, move up a row, and do 18 again. So we're going to do 2 rows of 18 single crochets. Please pause your video. I'm sure your work is curling up like mine is. Let's go ahead and take the inside and push it out, because this is what's going to be on the outside. So let's lift our stitch marker up. Now this row, we're going to have our color change. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it. So we're going to do 17 single crochets on this row. After you've completed 17, we'll be ready to add our black color. So go ahead and do 17, and I'll meet you there, which you should be 1 stitch before your stitch marker. Okay, so let's take our black yarn, let's make it so it's usable. So we'll have it ready. Okay, so in order to do a color change, now if you're wondering about the zigzag look, we're going to be placing our wings over the top of it, so we don't have to have a special stitch or anything. We're just going to pull up a loop as if we were going to do the single crochet, and take your red and bring it forward. Put it under your thumb. And we can take the tail piece out here so it's not confusing. Okay. Then with a short tail of the black, place it over the hook and finish your single crochet. Now you'll notice that these stitches are a little bit longer, so let's snug them up just a little bit. And we want to bring the black under your thumb too. Into the next stitch, do a regular single crochet, but bring the tails of the finished single crochet over the top of the hook. This will help lock it in so it won't stretch or fall apart or anything like that. Okay, so we have 1. Into the next, 1 single crochet. Okay, we can drop the red because we don't want to go all the way around with it. And I'm going to be stitching over the black tail as I'm putting stitches in. So we're going to be doing a total of 18 single crochet in the black. So I'm just going over the black tail. I'm leaving the red one behind. You see how the tail just kind of blends right in with the work. You really can't see it. After we do about 5 stitches, we can drop that tail and push it to the back of our work. Okay, continue around till you get up to what is the 17th or one stitch before the black. We want to have that red one available, so we want to stop right here with the black, and I'll meet you there. So we have the one stitch left. Now with the black, we're going to start our single crochet. So we're going to bring up a loop, bring the black forward and put it under your thumb. Make sure you don't grab your tail, but grab your working red yarn. Now even though it's over a couple of stitches, we're fine. Bring it through the 2 loops, and that completes your single crochet. Now you can loosen this up. You don't want it tight because we're going to crochet over the red tail that's in the back here anyway. Okay, so lift the black, snug it up just a little. Okay, and into the next stitch, we're going to be using all red this row, single crochet around. Now we're going to leave the black after 2 stitches made from the red so that it doesn't carry around. Now if you choose to carry these colors around, that's up to you. They will kind of blend in with the color from before, but I like to leave them behind. So continue this row till you have 1 stitch before the color change, and I'll meet you there. Now before we go any further of adding another row of black, let's add our eyes so that it's not too difficult turning it inside out. So let's enlarge the loop, and you want to take note that the center top is where the color changes right here. So with our eyes, you can choose where you'd like to place them into your stitching. Okay. You want to try and center them to the top here. Well, tell that this is not centered, so I'm going to go over one more. It's kind of hard working these little ones with these fingernails. Is that the hole I just came out? No, that's good. Okay, so here they're centered above. Okay, so I'm going to push them so that they're inside out. Get all the yarn out of the way. Press them all the way down. Now because these backings are really small, I place them cup side up. They're really, they're really kind of difficult to put on because they are so small. But if you hold your middle finger under the and use the cup part up, it goes on real easy. I'm just kind of clumsy today, aren't I? Okay. There we go. That'd be kind of cute if it was on the outside too, wouldn't it? Anyway. Okay, so we have our eyes in. Okay, notice that this is the bottom, so let's flip it over. I know when I made some practice ones of these, I put the little cheeks and stuff in upside down, and I went, no way. It happens. Okay, so with our pink, I'm going to place our pink on our tapestry needle here. These are for the little cheeks. Now, of course, you can put them anywhere. You can put them here, you can put them there, you can put them anywhere, but I'm going to go directly under the eye, And I'm going to leave a tail maybe about 3 or 4 inches long, and just over to the next stitch, and I go around mine twice. And then I'm going to cut across. I have under here, so I want it under here. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. It's already cute, huh? Okay, now let's not do anything just yet. And get the little black piece out. And the reason why they're so long is it's easier to tie it when you have some length to it. Okay, so for the black, let's see, I'm going to come up here by the eye and leave a little tail. And then go across and then come down. So can you see that? So I came up, I'm going to go down, but come up a little down. And what that's going to do is help make that little smile look. Like so. Okay, so the where we came up, we want to go straight back down into that hole. And that gives us our little face, huh? Cute, huh? Okay, so place your thumb over all of that and let's turn it inside out. Tie the pink to the pink. Now you don't have to cut these. I use them as stuffing as well. But if you choose to cut your excess length off, that's up to you. I tie them twice. Make sure that they don't come undone. Okay, and then here's for the black. Now if you want to tie in your magic circle tail, that's up to you. I don't, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, let's turn this inside out again. We can take all the loose stuff and just stuff it into the middle. Let's get all of our working yarn out. Everything else can just go right back into the middle. So I have my black and my red that I need. And here's what we have so far. So insert your hook into the loop, snug it up, and we're going to change to black. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. Insert our hook into that last black stitch, pull up a loop, bring the yarn across to the front, pull up the black, pull it through the 2 loops on the hook, loosen it just a little because we're going to crochet over the loop that we brought from the back, and then bring your red forward and snug it up just a little bit. And we're going to do 1 row of black. So there's a total of 18, but we're only going to do 17 on this row. So after 2 stitches of the red, you can drop the red and continue around until you come to this one right here. So remember, we have that 1 stitch left over, so I'll meet you right there. So here we have our last stitch. Let's go ahead and do our color change. Okay, let's cut off the black. Maybe about leave a 2-inch tail. And continue around for your 18 red stitches. We're not going to change color again. So we're going to continue on with one more row of red, 1 stitch per stitch. So continue around with that, and I'll meet you there. Using our color change as a stitch marker, this row will be a decrease row. So 1 single crochet, and this is what they call single crochet 2 together. This will be a decrease. The chain that's on the top will determine how many stitches this becomes. So we're using 2 stitches to create 1. So I pulled up a loop in one, I pulled up a loop in the other. I'm going to go through all 3 loops on the hook. So the count will only be 1. Single crochet in the next. And let's go over this decrease again. Pull up a loop, into the next stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over through 3. This is our repeat for this row. Okay, after this row is completed, you should have 12 stitches around. Let's get a small amount of stuffing and start stuffing our bee. I'm saving a small amount for the very end, but I have a nice little collection here. Let's go ahead and stuff it in. Sometimes when you have these really small ones, it's hard to sculpture it good. Just stuff it in for right now, and I'll show you how to sculpture it in just a minute. Okay, so we're going to add, I still have a little bit more room, so we're going to add the rest of this stuffing so that we have a nice firm little bee. But try to stuff it down so that when we do this last row, we don't pull stuffing up with it. Okay? So you can see it's kind of crazy looking right now, but we'll fix that here in a minute. Remnants of stuffing. All right. So we're going to do 6 decreases. So here's our first stitch. You notice how I got my finger pushing that stuffing down. Oops, I picked up some. Okay, here's 1. Sometimes it likes to puff up on you. Remember to keep your loop on your hook with the correct tension so it's not too big. There's 2. 3. 4. 2 more. This one's number 5. And this one's number 6. Okay. Now, if you feel like you want to stuff more in there or pull some of the stuffing out, I encourage you to do that. Let's go ahead and leave a tail in case we have to make some cosmetic repairs on the end. Sometimes that happens. Let's thread our needle with that tail. Okay, so here's where we ended. Let's go, this is that's part of that stitch, so we're going to go into the next stitch and pull up a loop into the next stitch, just the front loop of that stitch. We're going to do this a total of 6 times because there's 6 stitches. Okay, have hold of it, pull it tight. Looks like it had a magic circle, doesn't it? Now, if you have a little bit of open gaps and you want to close them like I do, let me show you how to do that. Okay, so the circle is basically going this way. So we're going to come down, go up under the stitch here, and then we're going to go through the middle of these decreased stitches. And as you do that, you pull it tight and it closes the gaps right up. Okay, that looks good. Let's go down, come across. I'm going to go ahead and weave my ends in. And then I'm going to go ahead and we'll start on the wings. But first, we also want to sculpture this thing to make sure it looks pretty. Okay, so take your needle, bring it in, sculpt, 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 or bee. Bzzz. All right, needs some wings before it can fly, huh? So let's get our white out and start working on our wings. So to make this wing, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around, pull up a loop. We're doing our basic magic circle. Now into this magic circle, we're going to add a series of stitches. So let's chain 1. half double crochet. Okay, so we yarned over, pulled up a loop, yarn over through all 3 loops on the hook. Our next stitch is a double crochet, so yarn over, pull up a loop through the circle, yarn over through 2 loops on that hook, and 2 loops again. Let's do that one more time. Okay, half double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through all 3 loops. Our next stitch is the single crochet, pull up a loop, and through the 2 loops on the hook. The next 3 stitches will be half double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. So now we're going to go in reverse. Single crochet, half double crochet, 2 double crochet through the 2 and through the 2. So this is our second double crochet. Okay, half double crochet, chain 1, and then slip stitch onto our magic circle. So just go through, pull up a loop, and continue that loop through the loop on your hook. Okay, then pinch the end. We're going to take our tail and pull. And you have a little heart shape wing. Okay, let's leave some for stitching. Okay, where's the long one? I'm going to pull that through the hoop. Okay. Now with our tapestry needle, we're going to take the tail of the magic circle on the back side. We're going to go through the inside of those stitches that are right next to it to the center bottom, or the center point, I guess you can call it. Okay, and then come back, go over one, and then come back, and then cut that off. For the next one, we're going to go on the other side through the center of those stitches along that magic circle down to the bottom of the center bottom. We're going to leave it right there. Okay, so we'll stop right there. Go ahead and make a second wing, but do not cut your yarn. We're going to use that to help make the keychain that will go over the top center of our wings. So at the end of the second wing, I left about 18 to 20 inches so that we can use to sew on our hook. So go ahead and do the prep of finishing this wing as we did for the other wing, of weaving these yarns to the center back, and then we'll attach it to our bee. Now, I do things a little differently than a lot of people do, but I'm going to show you what I do. So I'm going to take the two right sides of the wings and bring them together. And then I'm going to do an overhand knot. Basically just bringing them over, bring the hearts through. And then take the knot and bring it up to the end of the wings. And tighten it down. Okay, that gives me a little gap, I know, but it's okay. We're going to need that gap. Okay. Then I'm going to bring, even though one's longer than the other, I'm going to bring the two yarns together here. Like I said, I do things a little differently, but it'll turn out okay. Okay, and I place it on the top where I want it to go. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go back to where we went down at. We're going to come up through the center of the second one there. Okay, and bring your tail with you. And then go up through the bottom of one heart. And go over a stitch and then go down. And then come across. See, if I'm not on camera, I get this done quicker, believe it or not. Okay, and then we're going to snug this guy up. Okay, so I'm going to take and bring them down here. We're going to bring everybody down here. Okay, now we're going to go back where we don't take our needle off the long loop, but we're going to leave the long or the short one there. So we're going to come back through the same hole. And we're going to go through that heart one more time. Alright, so now we're going to come up right here in the center. Make sure everything's all nice and snug. Right, we're ready to add our hook. Now if you use one of these hooks, make it so that the opening is aimed towards the back. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to have to come up here through the center. You notice how it always works good when you're not on camera, right? Okay. So we want to place this through the loop. And we're going to go down through the center of that wing. Go under. And come up in the same hole in the center of the other wing. There we go. Now, whatever length you choose to have your keychain amount at is what you want to keep it at. Okay, and we're going to come up one more time in that same hole. Okay, so we have 2 right here. But to finish it off and make it look nice, so hopefully it doesn't fray, we're going to do what is called a buttonhole stitch. So go through the loop, take your yarn and go over around that needle and then pull it through. You see how it left a little wrap around it? Okay, so go through the hole under the keychain thing, take the end and wrap it around your needle. Okay, and we're going to do this so that it goes all the way around the keychain. Now I'm going to show you how we get it over on this side here. So let's do this here. Okay, we don't want them overlapping. Okay, so when it gets up to the top, take your needle and go through and bring that keychain thing down on the side. But we still want to go the same direction, loading for our buttonhole stitch. Okay, I think I'm going to need one more. All right, we're going to go down and come out that hole. Okay, snug them up, and we're going to do a square knot on it. Well, here, let's make it easier on ourselves. Place the knot as tight as you can into the stuffing. Okay, then with your hook, come back here a few stitches, work your way around that stuffing, and then come out the hole that your stitches is in, wrap it around your hook, and then pull it in. Try to work as much of it in so you don't have to cut it. There, it is gone. And we are done. Here's our little Valentine bee keychain. I hope you like it. Fun, huh? Oh, did I put that thing on crooked? I sure did, didn't I? Oh well, anyway, I hope you have a buzzing good day. Till next time. Bye-bye.